Hey guys, welcome to the Be For Real podcast.
Hi guys, how's everybody?
Doing good today. The sun is out.
It is.
It's been so sunny this past week, but really cold. Yeah, like the temperatures have dropped below zero.
Yeah.
And you would think that it would snow, but thankfully it's actually not been snowing.
Yeah, I'm really okay without snow. I don't really want it.
Yeah. No.
And to think like since October it's been snowing, and like I know in Edmonton it's literally been snowing since October, other provinces, but here we haven't got a peep.
Yeah, I know.
We had a tiny little hint of a snow one morning randomly.
Yeah, it was barely though.
It went away after like an hour.
It was like a little fluff.
Yeah, it was like a toot of snow.
No, but literally it was like nothing.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm okay without it. So sun, shine on.
Yeah, shine on. I mean, I'd rather it be cold and it be sunny than it be gloomy but like 8 degrees.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I don't know. I just really like the sun.
Totally agree.
So, well, obviously, girl, like, who doesn't? I'm like, oh, I really like the sun, by the way.
I love the sun. Miss Vitamin D, she's great.
She's great. Speaking of that, actually, the box on my kitchen table right there, I ordered some supplements.
Yeah.
So I've been taking vitamin D. I've been taking vitamin C, you know, all the good vitamins
you go, girl.
to take. And I actually ordered, which I think is the box that you took up from my door that just arrived. I think it's my pill organizer.
Nice.
So I'm going to do a little AM, PM situation and like organize it so then every day it's easy. I could just like, you know, do it that way.
That's perfect. No, the other day my mom said the exact same thing. She's like, I feel like I need one of those daily pills things.
Yeah.
She's like, it does make it easier because it's already laid out.
Yeah, for you.
Like, I literally go into my cupboard and open like 18 different bottles for one, right?
Right? Wouldn't it be so convenient to just have it like already pre-separated? And it
She
was
would
literally
get one.
$6.
Yeah, they're cheap too.
So you could get it at the dollar store.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to drive there. So
like, I was just lazy.
I ordered it on Amazon.
24 hours, boom, it's here.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm excited to like do that and organize all of that and like start taking my vitamins. Okay, those omega-3 pills are large.
They're huge.
Like,
no,
does anybody
the ones I have are like that big. And they're like the gel ones, right?
Yeah. Do you have like a hack to swallow those? Because that scares me. I'm like,
no.
Is it possible to choke on a pill?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh God.
Sorry to scare you, but yeah. But just make sure, like, don't get too much water, but like just enough.
Yeah, just enough water.
It definitely is like, I always take it last because
you don't want to like interrupt the other pills.
It's a little freaky on the throat, I will say. Like, but I just kind of like not think about it. Just go down. I've always been good at swallowing pills though, like that. I have no problem with that. But if you're like someone who's not good at swallowing pills, that is a big pill to swallow.
Yeah,
I mean it.
It's huge,
in
but
literal form. What
makes me feel better is, you know, people with this is around about some people with cystic fibrosis. Usually, like when you have that disease, you have to take like apparently like 90 pills a day.
Yeah, and
I've heard people with that say they're like, yeah, I've gotten so good I could swallow like 20 pills at once. And I'm like,
that's crazy.
Okay, well, if you could do that, then I could swallow an omega-3.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's crazy.
But
I do 2
scary.
at once, but that's it. They have to be 2 smalls.
Oh my God.
We're good.
Only if they're small though, because like the vitamin D, they're soft gels, but they're literally like this tiny. And I'm like, that's great.
Yeah,
okay.
Perfect.
Everyone is swallowable.
But added an extra la in there.
Besides the omega-3. That one is just like, I haven't taken it yet because I was hoping that they'd be a bit smaller because I did have them in the past, but they were like a bit bigger than those even. I was like, I hope these are smaller, but they're not that small. So,
well, if you hate it, you can get omega in liquid form as well.
Oh, that's true.
My mom has that. She just takes like a spoonful of it in the morning. And hers tastes like lemon.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like it's not bad if you hate it, but for now it'll do.
I'm going to do a little trial run. Yeah. And it's funny because I was going to do it this morning and then Joel was out of the house and I'm like, maybe I should wait till somebody's here and then like make him watch me take it in case he has to do a little Heimlich on me. So I'm like, I'll take that later.
Well, she's being precautious.
Yes,
there you go.
Precautious.
Of course. But how's your week been? I know I feel like I just saw you again. I've seen you so many times recently. How awesome.
Oh, great.
Right?
My week has been good. I'm trying to think. Honestly, I've just been really wanting to like reinvent myself for 2025 and really hone in on that new energy because I feel like when I get rid of stuff, you know, add some new stuff, it makes such a big difference for me. Yeah. And so
yes, we did the big closet clean out.
Yes, my closet clean out is done, guys.
Amazing.
I got rid of 6 black garbage bags full.
That's crazy.
I'm not even kidding you. It was So amazing.
Crazy.
And my younger sister Madison came to pick them.
Oh yeah.
Because she kind of works around my area, so I'm on the way home for her. And I texted her because they were just sitting here, and I was just like, hey, you want to come pick up the bags? And she was so excited. And she's like, oh yeah, girl, I'll be there on my way home.
She's like, oh yes, I will be stopping by.
It's called a donation service. Okay?
Yeah.
They come pick it up. She comes pick it up.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a little cat fight there with my sisters, but it's okay. We'll see what happens.
I feel like it's off of my hands.
Yeah, it's
now,
off of my hands. But yeah, so she picked them up, and the weight that's just like off my shoulders is so amazing.
That's awesome.
And it feels so good. And I just got rid of everything that like almost reminds me of like an old version of myself, and that I don't even wear anymore because of that too, and that I've just been keeping. And basically done my closet clean out now, and then I put my new bins in, organized everything, which feels good. On the weekend, what I did is, since cleaning out my closet felt so good, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to go in and organize everything now. So I did the 2 bathrooms upstairs. I went through like the cabinet. I got rid of old makeup. I got rid of just like old products. And
getting rid of old products is so satisfying too.
It's so satisfying.
Right?
Like, oh my goodness, like why do I not do this more often? I feel like I just neglected it and have not done it. But now I'm like, girl, do this every few months.
Yeah.
So that has been just feeling so good. And yeah, went through the 2 bathrooms, and I went through like I have like a drawer set in my office that is full with like camera equipment and just like stuff like that. And I went through all of that as well, and I got rid of stuff. So that was like my whole weekend. I did that. And now I'm on a mission to every compartment, drawer in my house to just like, when I can on the weekends, just like take some time and like go through it one by one, and then finally end up at the big piece, which is the garage. Yeah. That's my end destination here. And then once the garage is cleaned out, I will be in a state of peace like no other. I swear to God, like I will other. Like just watch me. I'm gonna start like levitating. Yeah, she's like like you're gonna come over and I'm gonna be like she this, just
glowing like, aura around her at all times.
Like just watch, okay? I have never felt better, even just by like cleansing what I already have. And now I'm thinking, I was literally about to rip the wallpaper off in my room impulsively. I was this close to doing it because I now associate that like wallpaper with last year. And guys, I act like last year and these other years of my life were horrible, but no, they were not at all. Like my life is amazing, but I just want like new fresh energy. And so when I say, oh, it reminds me of last year, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's more so just like I want to make space for new energy to flow in now and like level up.
Totally.
So it's not like a bad thing. I feel like it kind of sounds like it's a bad thing.
No, I get it.
But it's not. Anyways, the wallpaper in my room, I was like looking at my office and I'm like, I need to change something. I need to change something in here.
We need something.
Because like my office is my creative space where I edit my videos and I plan out my work. And so when I was organizing all the drawers and stuff this weekend, I was like, something needs to change in here. I need to revamp this whole space. So I was about to rip off my wallpaper, but I'm like, you know what? Since it took me so long to put up, because it took Joel and I like a few hours and it was like a rigorous process, I'm not going to impulsively do it. I'm going to think about it. Yeah. Because once it's down, it's not down. Going up. Yeah. Back up. And I talked to Joel about it, and I was like, okay, Joel, because like he was like, that wallpaper was a pain in the ass, girl. And so I talked to him about it, and I was like, don't get mad.
What do you think?
But what do you think? And I was like, I have had it up for a year now, so it's been up for just over a year.
It's had good use out of it.
Yeah, it's had good use. I've filmed many videos behind it, whatever. And I'm just like, Joel, what would you think if I tore it down? And he's like, you're kidding me. And I was like, no. He's like, you know what? I totally get what you're saying, though. He's like, it does remind me of last year.
Oh my God, that's perfect. You're like, we're so right. Let's take it down.
Yeah, like, let's go. Let's rip it off.
You know what? Let's take it off.
Yeah, you're right. You just convinced me. Yeah. And so I haven't done it yet, but I just want to sit on it for like list. One more day. Yes, because I don't want it to be impulsive. So I'm just going to sit on it. Mm-hmm. I kind of like mocked up on my phone the redesign of the room. That's like
awesome.
It's a horrible edit, but like I still want to show you, but like doing more something like that where it's just like
that's
more,
cute.
Right?
I like it.
It's like it's a different vibe, but like I love it's just different, I guess.
Yeah. I love that edit.
The edit that I made is crazy. I'll put it on the screen here if you guys want to see, because I know everybody's going to be so interested. But yeah, that's going to happen potentially slowly within the past couple, I don't know, weeks or whatever. But I don't know, I'm just like in a reinvention headspace, and I'm like, I want to, like, I'm gonna take down that photo up there. I'm gonna take down the one above our bed and switch them out. I want to get a new photo. I know it sounds so dramatic, but it's like just making these.
It's just the little things.
It's just the little things that it's like, for some reason, I think it's also just the way my brain works. My physical environment affects my way of thinking so much. And
me too.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like changing out these little things is going to mentally help remind me that, like, you're leveling up, you're on a new chapter, you're on a new, like, this is a new journey starting 2025, new wavelength, new era.
Yeah.
And that's just going to mentally, like, remind me. And also just the fact that, like, I'm always filming in here, and so I do get bored of things.
Change up a background, whatnot.
It's nice to switch things up.
Totally.
So that's been where my brain has been, honestly, for the past week.
Yeah.
And I'm just like looking at every like crevice of my house, and I'm like, what can I do? What can I do? Yeah, and I'm really excited. I have my mom painted us like a huge canvas, because my mom's an artist. And she painted us a huge canvas that's going to go right there on that wall, because it's been blank for a while. We've been waiting for her to finish.
It's just like a plain bare wall, but it's like, what do we do with this?
Exactly. So waiting for that to finish being framed. And so that should be getting hung very, very soon there, which will switch up the vibe.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
And then, just like making these small little changes, not like drastically spending so much money and changing everything, but just the little things.
Totally.
So I've been on that wavelength, to be honest, and it's been great. Like, I don't know why, but something about this year, I just want to change, and I just want to level up, and I just have like a fire lit under my ass that I'm just like, I am so excited.
Love it.
Yeah.
That's
Anyways,
awesome.
What about you? How was your week?
Yeah, it's been good. I wanted to do wallpaper too, but in my bathroom, like, I've seen someone do where they put like leopard print all in their bathroom, and then they put like, those vanity like bulb lights around their mirror, so it's kind of giving like old Hollywood glamour, kind of like, imagine like a dressing room getting ready. And I'm like, I want to do that so bad, but I also live with my brother, and I know he'll be like, no, like, stop. This is a girl's bathroom.
No, but that's so true,
right? So I'm like, fine, I'll wait until I move out, but I would love to do like a cute little wallpaper bathroom, or like a second room, because I like my room to be like plain, like wall wise, because I feel like I would get too sick of it soon if it was in my bedroom. But yeah, that'd be really fun. I also want to change some stuff up in my room. I've been trying to find like just new like throw pillows, or a new like picture. I've looked at like new pictures for my walls, but I just haven't pulled the trigger on it, because frames are expensive to buy, and they're just annoying. Like, I really don't want to spend like $80 on a frame, not even the picture. Like, I'm like, ugh, but whatever.
I know they are expensive for what?
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Because I have like a print on my wall, no frame, and it's like starting to kind of fall off the wall a little bit. So I'm like, okay, well, I should just change it up. But like, frames are so expensive in addition to like the print. So I'm like, ugh, whatever. But anyways, yeah, my day's been good, but my week.
Your week, girl.
I saw you last.
Take us back.
Yeah, it's been good. Worked, had a good weekend, chilled. I was out with my friend yesterday from work. We went thrift shopping, but we both didn't get anything at all.
Oh no, it was a flop.
Like, it was good, but you know when it's just not good enough to spend the money on? Like, it's like, I like it, but I don't love it.
Yeah,
and
it's not worth.
I was just being really responsible with my money.
That's
because
amazing.
I could have gotten a few things, but I was like, no. So I just spent money on matcha and pastries instead, so that was a cheap day.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
Cheap date.
But yeah, so that was fun. And yeah, I had a chill weekend, been working in the gym. I keep going back to that place to get that strawberry matcha. Literally, I'm like, I might need to get it today, but I'm addicted a little bit. I got a strawberry matcha yesterday, and it was good, but low-key, I kind of think the one that from that cafe,
it's better.
I just feel like you get a little more bang for your buck there.
Okay.
It was like a way bigger size, and they're kind of the same price, and the other place was like quite small. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, not a whole lot. Chill week, working out, training stuff.
Yeah.
I was like violently ill for a bit this morning. I was telling Michaela because I feel like I just work too hard, because I've said this. I don't know if I've said this a million times, but I probably have. Do personal training with my friend, and I just feel like, obviously when someone's training you, like, you kind of work harder than you would by yourself, or like, you know, use heavier weights, or they push you a little more than you would yourself, because it's kind of hard to push yourself with no external push. But yeah, I got home after and I was like, I feel dizzy and like I'm gonna puke, and I had to lay in a little fetal position on the couch for an hour.
Fetal position is
and then I was like,
right,
yeah. It felt good. It was great. It was what was needed at that time. But I'm feeling better now. I'm chilling. I ate. It's been a few hours. We're good. So feeling good. Do you have any plans this weekend? No.
No.
I don't think I have anything.
Let me check.
No, not yet. Probably not. I feel like I have something going on, but anyways, doesn't matter. Tell you about that next week if something happens. We'll but
CBD.
Yeah, chill week. I don't know if I was saying this before, but anyways, I got new rings finally. I literally ordered them off Amazon, like this one and this one, because I've been talking about how like my jewelry literally turns so tarnished and nasty and gross because I just buy cheap shit.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but I finally got new rings, so I'm happy about that. I feel like elegant lady again and not ratchet with my orange rings. Also because I got new tattoos the other week, whatever week that was, on my hand. So I'm like showing people, I'm like, ew, don't look at my ring. So I'm like, this is embarrassing. So I'm like, okay, I need new rings. Otherwise
you went to go order ASAP.
I'm like, oh, place immediate or an order Prime immediately. Yeah. Thank you, because people are looking at my hands right now. And my rings look
because
nasty.
I'm showing off my fugly rings accidentally.
Yeah, my fugly rings, exactly. You know how scents will bring you back to like an exact moment in time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thrifting with my friend yesterday. We're in this little thrift store, and I didn't smell this smell for a while, but then all of a sudden, like, I think someone came in wearing this cologne, and all of a sudden I went, oh my god, this smells like my ex. Like, immediately, like, I was like, no, this person is wearing like the exact scent that he wore, but specifically like in the first year I knew him, like the beginning of like our relationship. And I was like, oh my god, I literally walked around holding my nose. I was like, I don't want to smell this. Like, I was holding my nose. I'm like, I probably look so dramatic. I was like to my friend, I'm like, this is like bringing me back to trauma. I'm like, this is a trauma smell. Like,
it's so funny that you were holding your nose, because if that guy saw you like completely like plug your nose and be like, damn, do I stink?
Like, do I smell like
but
shit?
You're like, no, you just smell like my ex.
No, you smell like my ex, and I literally can't. I was like, not the trauma smell. Like, that was crazy.
That is
it just
crazy.
Instantly brought me back. That's like certain perfumes will bring me back to like high school. It's like, oh, I remember this in grade 12. I wore this or whatever, right? No, that specifically, I was like, no, let's not do that. And it was like crazy, because I felt like in my head, like I literally was having flashbacks of like random moments in time where like that smell would have like, you'd smell it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, this is freaking me out. I was like, I need to go. We didn't go. I think the guy ended up leaving because we were in there for a while, but we just kept like, every time I'd walk in a certain area, it smelled like that. I'm like, oh my god, I actually can't deal with this right now.
That's pretty funny.
Don't love that.
That's crazy. It's funny how like certain things can just like completely take you back.
They just transport you instantly.
Yeah. Also, that kind of reminds me of deja vu. Do you ever get like really weird deja vus?
Honestly, I'm not big on deja vu. Like, I don't get it that often. Like the odd time, but I feel like there's a lot of people that are like, my friend like gets deja vu all the time, but I don't get it that often, no.
Okay. I honestly go through phases where sometimes I'll get it like all the time, and then other times like I won't have a deja vu for like so long. But deja vus are like the most unexplainable weird thing
it's nuts.
Ever, and it kind of like flashes you back, but it doesn't even flash you back. It's just the weirdest thing ever, but it feels like it's flashing you back. I had one actually just yesterday, which is why I'm bringing this up, but it was like the weirdest moment. And they're always so random. Yeah. I was just in awe, and I'm just like, it's just like this weird feeling that overcomes my body. And I'm just like, what the hell? Like, what was that?
It's
like,
freaky.
So freaky. But yeah, deja vu, it's crazy. Deja vus, they definitely like mean something and whatever. But I've always wondered, like, what is really the real meaning behind deja vus, you know? Because, like, how would anybody ever know? It's, like, an unexplainable experience.
Yeah. Just, like, you felt like you've experienced this before, but you haven't. You're like, I haven't done this, but why do I feel like...
Yeah. It's not like you sit there and you just think, oh, I feel like I've done this. It's like, no, you know you've been here before and you've done this. Yeah. So is that, like, a higher version of yourself? Like, you've stepped into that version? I don't even know.
Yeah, like it feels like you've almost like your body is connecting with something you've lived in the future.
Yeah. And it's like maybe a higher
like
version
you've already
of yourself
done
lived it first.
Yeah, like some other version of you has done this already. Yes. So then once you do it, your body's like, whoa, I recall this.
Because you know how they say that like time is not linear. scientifically, actually,
that there's multiple different timelines going on or whatever.
At once.
Yeah.
And so it's like, apparently scientifically they've proved that it is possible to like change your past because time isn't linear. So they've done like these studies, and it's actually in the book that I'm reading right now, but they scientifically proved you could change your past, which doesn't even make sense. But because time is not linear and there's like different timelines that you could like technically reality hop.
Yeah.
Technically, I don't even know, honestly. It's crazy. But isn't that such a crazy concept?
Yeah, that's nuts. Oh, I was going to say, what did that remind me of? But that was Deadpool, like the latest Deadpool. Because they did, like, there was different timelines, and like every version of Deadpool like messed up in their timelines, and like he had to go back to a certain timeline to help this one version.
Yeah.
So that way they could fix the rest of the timelines, kind of type thing. That's same with the show Umbrella Academy. It's like a timeline kind of thing that they jump between timelines, and obviously one little thing in one timeline will affect all the other ones. Yeah, it's a crazy thing to think about.
It's crazy because like our brains as humans, our brains are so complex, but apparently scientifically we only really use like under 5% of our brain capacity. Yeah. And if you think about that,
that makes me anxious.
I know, like imagine if we used like 100% of our brain capacity, what would happen? And it's like, even like my cats, I know that like they could see shit that we can't. Mm-hmm. For example, like energies, beings, I don't even know, but I know for a fact they're looking at some weird shit sometimes, and I'm like, I know you guys are seeing shit that we with our human brain right now that we haven't unlocked, we can't see.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, okay, I've never done like any like hard drugs before or any of that, but like I know, or psychedelics, but
people
I know
trip.
Yeah, like I know, I've heard that when people trip they see literal energy patterns. Like they see the vibrations.
Yeah.
And that's crazy to me because they're there. We just can't see them. And that's why manifestation and all that works, is because it's scientific. Like it is. Yeah. It's real.
Yeah. I saw a TikTok the other day that was so good. And it was like someone saying, oh, sorry, I don't believe in manifestation. And then someone was like, it's not a belief. It's not a religion. It's not anything like that. It is just science. You're either tuned in or you're tuned out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, she ate with that one. She was like, it's actually just science. You're either tuned into it or you're not. You're either using it to your benefit or you're not.
That is so true. Period. It's so true though. Like it's not a belief because it's true.
Yeah.
But even though it's not a belief, some people choose not to believe it. Like even though there's hardcore evidence, people choose to not try it or to not believe it because I don't even know, they don't want to live up to their highest potential.
True, I guess. And I feel like it also has to do with like religion too, because like I was talking to my mom about something and like I was saying something like, oh, the universe, like maybe blah blah blah, and then she's like saying something and then she's like, oh well, like that's what you believe in, like not what I, because she like believes in God. And I'm like, okay, but like this isn't what I believe in. That's just, I just know it's happening and I'm using it, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, that's just real. Like God is like, it's just interesting because that seems more of like a fantasy thing to believe in than like manifestation, because it's backed by science.
Yes.
Like Jesus isn't backed by science, is he?
No, he's not. It's just,
is there even actual any proof of him like actually existing? I feel like there has to be, probably.
I think there's like,
I feel like there is, but
yeah. It's something along the lines that like, okay, I don't even know if this is true, so don't quote me on this, but this is, I think, something I heard. I don't know, remember where, but there's like some lab or whatever museum has a piece of his, I don't know if it's his heart or his cloth or a piece of him. They have it. Apparently it like ties back to Jesus, that he was real. I don't even know though if that's true, so don't quote me on that again, but apparently there is, but I have no idea. But the thing is like there's so much like scripture and writing and stuff about Jesus, right? I think like,
but it's all hype, like that's all just people's opinions. Yeah, it's not actual fact of like what.
But it's funny because I could believe that Jesus was real, right? Like Jesus lived here on planet Earth.
Yeah.
But I think like if, let's say Jesus happened, he lived back in the day, whenever, thousands and thousands of years ago. You know when you play like telephone and like how the information always gets like misconstrued? Information that gets passed down for 2,000 years how do you know that you're actually reading
it's not
the truth?
Exactly how it was first spoken. Yeah.
So it's kind of funny because in that moment, if people were around Jesus and they were writing these testaments and whatever, everybody has like a different opinion in the way they perceive it. So also that can also misconstrue things as well.
Yeah.
Like people's different perceptions of him.
Yeah.
So it's actually such a crazy concept.
It is. But yeah, it is interesting. I'm not like a hater, like that's not real, but like
I believe that what you believe is the truth.
Well,
you know what I mean? It's like because you believe it, it's your truth. And so I will never go up to anybody and say like I think you're wrong, because I don't think anybody's wrong, because it's their truth. So believe what you want to believe, as long as it makes you a better person.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, and that's really all that matters.
Very mature take.
Yeah. Well, it's like you can't really fight about people with their beliefs, because they believe that they're the only ones who are right.
Yeah. And it's also incredibly frustrating if you ever try to fight with someone on their beliefs, because like no one's winning.
There's no point.
There's no winning.
It's literally it's like to each their own.
Yeah.
When it comes to those types of things.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's super interesting. Religion and spirituality. Maybe we could do like an episode on it in the future. But yeah, super interesting stuff.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's get into today's episode.
Let's do it.
So when we were brainstorming podcast ideas, when we had our little cafe date and talking about the podcast, we kind of want to, be a community. We want to feel like we're always there for each other. And so we thought of the idea of making one episode per month. So it's going to be kind of like a monthly check-in of holding each other accountable. We're going to kind of check in, like, what have we been doing to work on ourselves this month? What healthy habits maybe have we incorporated? What are we not doing so good? And kind of like check in with our goals and with ourselves every month. And so you could do the same. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's a good way to kind of build a community around it, holding everybody accountable, and like we're in this together. Because like we mentioned in one of our past episodes, it's like it's so easy to write out these goals at the beginning of the year and then never look at them again.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, are you really keeping up with what you want to do, or are you just writing it down and then forgetting about it? So we thought that it would be a fun idea to kind of incorporate a little mini series on our podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, I know, like, I need to be held accountable with things, and same with realizing, like, saying out loud, like, oh, you know what, I haven't really been doing this so well, or like, okay, well, I'll try harder now, especially if we're going to be connecting every month with this. I feel like it kind of motivates me to stay on track a bit more.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, hey, guys, fell off, not doing too good, 3 months in a row, like, girl, like, get your stuff together. Yeah. So I feel like just for my sake as well, that'll be really good to just share with you guys, and also see like how everyone else is doing too. And like you said, like make it a community and have it so everyone else feels inspired as well to do that, because us, we just want to better ourselves. That's all we want to do at the end of the day.
We're just here for the good vibes,
good life,
leveling up,
happiness,
peace,
health,
love,
all the above.
Yeah. I'm into that.
After our conversation that we just had, that's so funny. Can I get an amen?
Can I get an amen? We were thinking about what to call it, because we want to kind of name, every month so you can like recognize the episode. We kind of wanted to have a consistent name for it. Do you have any ideas? I was thinking maybe something along, well, I don't know. I literally just thought of this. No, just kidding. No.
Psych.
Do you have any ideas? Something kind of along the lines of like a habit tracker, like, or accountability, something. I don't know.
Accountability check.
Yeah, I mean, it could be as simple as
something
that.
along the lines. We'll figure it out. But in the meantime, get your stuff together, because we're going to be checking in, babe, pretty soon here.
When you're starting, to better yourself and everything, I feel like it's really hard sometimes if you're in an environment where people are not, motivating you or helping you along in any ways. And so this is where we come in.
We'll be your little safe space.
We'll be your little safe space, and you can come here for all the motivation and just anything, honestly. We'll be here. We're your best friends, and
either way, we're here.
We're your accountability queens, and we'll be here to help you along.
Absolutely.
As well as helping ourselves along.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, so we could do a little bit of a check-in this month, since we've already done so many New Year's episodes this month. I feel like already
we talked about a lot.
We already talked about our habits and everything so much, but we can kind of start with like a mini check-in, I guess, of anything you've been already implementing and stuff, if you have anything that comes to your mind.
Well, I've been definitely exercising more frequently. That was like one of my main things that I wanted to do. So I've been good that so far. I mean, I pushed myself a little too hard even today. Like, dang.
But that could be your cycle. That could be your cycle.
Exactly. Take that into consideration.
Yeah.
I have been consistent with like my vitamins as well. Actually, I totally forgot to take them today. But like as we're speaking besides today, I've been good. Been taking them almost every day. I've been gua shaing.
Ooh.
Every day. I'm like, gotta snatch that jawline.
Snatch that jaw.
And I would also say, I feel like also like finance wise, I've already been like, I don't even know how, like saving more money, but still they're like spending freely at the same time. I'm like, I don't even know how I've done this, but
it's all about the mindset, baby.
And also, I'm just gonna add, I've been seeing angel numbers like crazy. Like I think a while ago, I was like, universe, show me a sign, babe. Show me.
Show me a sign.
And I think I said that too when we were doing cards on New Year's Eve. Like, feel free, like to the universe, kind of like, feel free to show us signs that these things are like coming soon. And I've been seeing 222 and 777 like crazy, which is all, those ones are all about like alignment and being on the right path and luck and abundance. Period. So like, I'm not even kidding. I'll be driving and all of a sudden a car will come in front of me. Its license plate will be those angel numbers for 2 seconds and the car drives away somewhere else. I'm like, and it keeps happening, especially on license plate. I'm like, does everyone in BC have angel number license plate? Because now I'm seeing them all the time. So period.
Yeah, I love that so much. Seeing angel numbers, it's like you could never tell somebody how many times or all the instances that happened, because you have to be there to live it, because you know that's a sign. It's like I can tell you, oh my god, I just saw this and this and this, but like you're not going to get it in the way that I do. Seeing angel numbers is honestly such a blessing. It's like,
it's so cool.
It's so cool, and it just goes to show that like they're there. Your guides, like I believe that we all have like guides that like, whether it's our higher self or I don't even know, to be honest, but just like your higher self guiding you along. Yeah. Showing you signs like, yes, you're on the right path, and always just like showing you these weird signs, whatever that, you know, would mean to you. So yeah, for me as well, it's like angel numbers is a huge way for them to show me signs. And it's like, I also have been seeing so many, and it's just like the weirdest thing, because I feel like sometimes I'll go through phases of seeing them a lot and then like I won't see them. And then I'll see them a lot. But the times where I'm seeing them a lot, I'm like, okay, I'm trying to get I'm supposed to get a message here, you know.
I always try and tune into like, what was I just thinking about? Yes. Because at that time it's like, okay, this could have to do with exactly like the thoughts I was just having, or like, you know, where I'm off to right now. So like I always trying to take into consideration what is going on in my brain and in my environment at that moment, and why that message came like at that moment. It just, I don't know, it makes it cooler. But sometimes like the odd one, you're like, I don't even know what that is about, but it'll come about soon, so that's cool. Yeah, no, if you ever see like alignment numbers or whatever, always make sure you remember like what you were just thinking, because this actually happened to me and Joel. We were on a walk just the other day, and I said something, I don't even remember right now, but I said something and I was thinking something and we were talking about something, and literally we like turned onto a street, no cars besides this one car that was just parked there. That license plate had an angel number on it. It was the only car there. And I was just like, if that's not a sign, I literally don't know what it is. Yeah. And anyways, just like pay attention to these little signs, because it's kind of like they're helping direct you, right? It's like a navigation system. And a lot of the times when you are, if you're seeking like a decision or something, sometimes they'll present you with like numbers to show you that like this is like on for you, this is on your path, this is the right decision, and it'll give you that validation and that confirmation. So yeah, that's always such a cool thing. It's like one of those things that is so cool. Yeah. But like I said, you can't really just explain that to anybody. No. And it's cool too, because I know of people who like will ask for specific signs, like be like, show me a yellow car with angel wings on it, or something crazy like that. That is like not super normal. And I just feel like, yeah, if you believe, like, if I see it, that is what's meant to be or whatever, like it'll come about, which is really cool. So you can all like, asking the universe for signs is when you need a little motivation or a little I'm not sure and you just need it. It's just cool. Yeah, and it's actually really cool, like you said, when you ask for like something so specific, like a red balloon or something you don't see every day, and it actually appears and you're like, whoa. You're like, okay, well, because you can't really like make it be a coincidence. Like you can't really like brush it off. No. I think like, I asked for that.
I think if I remember correctly, like years ago when I started my manifestation journey and like my spiritual journey, whatever, I wanted like a sign from the universe. And I like specifically remember asking for a red balloon. And I'm not even kidding you, like a few days after, it was in the most random place. And I literally came across a red balloon. It was just one red balloon. And I'm like, that's when I'm like, okay, this shit's real.
You're like, okay,
yeah,
it's adding up.
Yeah, this shit's real. And this was like at the very beginning of like me even believing any of this.
Totally.
So I was like, whoa, like, holy shit.
She's like, this is kind of cool, I guess.
Let me try again.
I might want to do this again sometime.
Sometime soon.
No, that's awesome.
On that note, I'll have this and this and this.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, so for me, what I've been doing, I'm actually proud of myself. I feel like this is like the most, I don't know, the most I've like started accomplishing after writing goals ever. Because I'm definitely a culprit of writing goals and then just like literally putting them to the side.
Yeah.
Obviously, first one being that I did this month was clean out my shit.
Yes.
Which I will still be continuing to do like throughout the next few weeks, so I can get the whole house done. I said I wanted to like start taking, more supplements, vitamins. Shipment came in, ordered those. Reading. I have been actually implementing reading every day because I told you guys that I like downloaded that book on my phone.
Yeah.
So I've been spending time to read a little bit every single day, and also I have been meditating.
Good job.
Very proud of myself with that one, especially. I said I wanted to like spend more money, which I've done.
Which I've done.
Which I have definitely done. Also, traveling. I officially booked we officially booked our trip to Hawaii. Joel and I are going, so I'm so excited. We're gonna go to Maui.
So exciting.
So leave any Maui recommendations down below in the comments. So really excited. It feels so good to like book a trip at the beginning of the year.
Yep.
Let's like get that off the list.
Totally. Check.
So really excited for that. I've always wanted to go to Hawaii, so I feel like it's just going to be such a good experience. I'm really excited. What else? Oh yeah, I wanted to start like re-implementing bone broth because I kind of fell off of it for a while. I don't know why. I was just like honestly too lazy to make it in the morning, and I just was like out the door and whatever. But I have been like having my bone broth again every morning to have a bit of like calories and protein before my workout so I don't get dizzy or anything.
Is there protein in it?
Oh yeah, there's like 10 grams of protein per cup.
Oh.
So it's actually really high in protein.
And does it just taste like
it tastes like no it tastes like
bones?
It tastes like bony? No, that'd be gross. It tastes like soup broth, like chicken noodle soup broth. Literally, it's basically just that, and it's actually really good. I love it.
Send me your recommendation for bone broth.
What
kind of bones?
It's at Costco.
Nice.
And yeah, you can even make soup out of it. So if you were to just like put the broth on the stove, and then you can add noodles and whatever into it.
Yeah.
So it's really good. So I love that. My favorite brand right now is Bare Bones, and I get it from Costco. Because it could, like, bone broth could get pretty pricey.
Yeah.
So, getting it from Costco is always good because it comes more in bulk. One thing that I wrote down was not to be afraid of posting on Instagram. And I have been posting more often.
There you go. Yeah, I've been seeing you've been storing.
Yes,
just storing it up.
I have been actually not being afraid. And honestly, like, I completely got rid of that. Like, I'm just like, what was I thinking? Do you know when you're, like, stuck in, like, a mentality for a while and you just, like, don't think about it much? It just is. And then, like, you actually think about it and you're like, what?
Why was I doing that? Why was I thinking that?
It was just kind of that type of situation where I never addressed it. And then when I addressed it, I'm like,
that was dumb.
Like, that was so dumb of me.
Yeah.
So very proud of myself for that. And yeah, basically very proud of myself. Been doing great. I'm trying to think of things that I haven't been doing. Honestly, I kind of wrote down like a bunch of things that I wanted to implement into my routine, and I have not implemented all of them yet because I'm trying to do more of like a habit tracker style.
Yeah.
So implementing like 2 new things a week, and then like doing those until I can do those consistently. Then I can implement another 2 new things, if that makes sense. So I've been trying to do it like that so I can actually stay consistent with it. Oh, also, I wrote down that I want to start going to more workout classes, and I've been going like twice a week. I've been going to mat Pilates and power core, and then been doing everything else at the gym. So I've been changing that up, and it's been really fun.
Good.
And yeah. Oh, I've also been new things are just coming to me. I've been going on a lot more walks.
Nice.
At least we've been going like, honestly, almost every single day of the week we'll go on like an evening walk, and it's especially nice out though because it's been sunny.
Totally.
And we just bundle up and it's kind of cozy.
Yeah.
And I've been loving going on walks in the evening.
Cute.
And then coming home, showering, relaxing. It's such a good vibe. And yeah, that's basically, I think that's it now.
Good vibes.
But yeah, very, very happy with the beginning of the year so far.
I'd also say feel like resting a bit better, like letting myself sleep a little bit more and like trying to go to bed earlier. I've been, it's not from one extreme to the other, but I've been trying, so that's good. But one thing I definitely have not done so far is pick up a damn book. Like I haven't read one word in a book yet. Like I have not. Yeah. But I got a gift card for Christmas to Indigo, so I just don't know if I want to go and buy like a physical book, because I also have books at home. But now we have Audible apparently too, so I'm like I can just listen to that. So I don't know, but I need to read a book.
You need to figure something out.
I know. But what I have been doing though is when I'm up like early for work getting ready and whatnot is I used to play this all the time, is these like mantras in the morning that I just play off YouTube. It's like literally this guy, his name is like Master Sri something, and he's like a meditation master, and he just like, it's literally just relaxing music with frequencies, but he just like says like a bunch of mantras, and it's like 10 minutes, and I listen to like 2 of those videos. So I do really like that. It kind of gets me like set up for the day. Like, yeah, I am that.
Yeah,
totally. I am for sure. This is gonna be a great day.
Yeah.
So that's been good. I definitely like starting my day with that. But I do need to pick up a book, aka just pick one up off the counter and read it. Like that's what I need to do. Yeah. So that's next up.
Yeah, we'll see, but this is why we're checking in, babe.
Exactly.
We're holding ourselves accountable.
Exactly.
And we got this. Okay, you remember how last episode I told you that I was going to send it to you, but I was like, I'll just wait for the podcast. But last episode I told you that I came across an ad for...
the words.
The word. So, remember I was like, oh, I'm definitely going to come across the ad again?
Yeah.
I was like, I did.
Good.
So, it's called... This is not an ad, by the way.
Not sponsored.
Actually, their ad got me to share this with you guys. So the app is called Elevate.
Yeah.
And I can't vouch for it, guys, because the ad just popped up this morning. So
you like haven't used it yet?
I have not used it yet, but yeah. Anyways, the app is called Elevate, and it's apparently supposed to help expand your vocab, and there's fun games.
It has good ratings.
Yeah. So I'm excited to try that. If you try it, let me know.
We'll have to try it.
So that's gonna
you got
be
games
fun.
on your phone. Yeah, brain games.
Yeah, brain games. But I feel like it could be super beneficial, because it's like instead of rotting your brain away, you can learn your brain away.
Yeah. Learn it away.
Also, so random, but we're Canadian, so it really doesn't affect us. TikTok being gone for like 8 hours.
That was the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen.
And like it was so embarrassing because everybody was like crying.
And I'm sorry, there was the video of Alex Earl like crying. I was like. And it kind of made me cringe a lot. Like, I would get it if the app actually was gone, but the fact that it came back, I was like, wait, this is kind of embarrassing.
And then the next day it came back and everybody was like, oh, that's awkward. And then everybody was like exposing like secrets or something.
Yes, that was crazy. Like the one of like Lexi, whatever her name is, that she faked her workouts. I'm like,
well, and then that like snowballed into a
lot of stuff. Yeah,
thing.
It did,
which is crazy. But it kind of just goes to show, like, don't believe anything you see, guys.
No,
it's like there's so much fake shit on the internet that it's like that's also why comparison is so like not comparing yourself is so important, because you don't even know if they're showing their true life, and like they could just be hiding behind the screen. And so it's like, don't compare yourself, because you don't even know if this shit's true.
It was just so funny, like people were being so dramatic, and then I woke up and I opened it and I'm like, why am I seeing an American like on my page and they're hello?
It's like,
can you hear me? What's happening? I can post on the app. Oh my god. But it's just annoying that like it's the face of it is like Trump got TikTok back, because it's like now Trump's gonna win over all like Gen Z. And people are like, don't listen to this, guys. Remember that he's an ass. We don't like him.
Everybody's like, yeah, he brought TikTok back.
Yeah, but a lot of people were saying they're like, I think it was the word narcissist maybe, but it's like creating a problem and then being like, oh, I have the problem to solve it. So they look like the good guy in it. It's like, he started the thing of like potentially getting it taken away, and then it got taken away. And then he's like, oh, I can get it back. And then he gets it back. And then everyone's like, yay. But it's like, girl, he literally started that.
It's like, it kind of reminds me of Tell Me Lies, because it's like master manipulation. Oh, you need to talk about that, actually. Yeah, she just watched it.
Crazy. Like the manipulation is nuts. Like, oh my god. And the way it just the way it ended too, I'm like, like waiting 6 years. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, skip, okay? But if you've seen it, eat it up.
Yeah,
and
eat it up.
Think about it with us. But the way, like, Steven is so manipulative. Like, everything he does, he's like, it's like, why are you even so mad about that? You're a psychopath. Like, Evan and Lucy hooking up, right? He gets told, like, you know, like almost a year later, and he's so mad about it that he's like, you're not going to use this against me, like, are you, and ruin my life? And he was like, no, not today.
Yet.
Yeah. He makes it a joke, like, not yet, not today. And literally, they go to get married almost, like, I think time jump, it's like 7 years later. And he sends that clip.
I know. I was
which
like,
people were saying technically, it didn't say from Steven. It said, like, unknown number. So people are like, it could also be someone else that sent it to her. I have a feeling it's probably him. Because also he was nowhere to be seen.
Are you kidding? There's no question that it was him.
It was so him.
Oh my God.
Anyways, he's just, but the stuff that got me crazy with Lucy is when, like, we find out that she's kind of, like, going back to him a little bit, like, throughout the years, and we didn't know that. And, like, oh my God, when she hooking up with her boyfriend in the hot tub,
and then she texts him to come down,
and then he opens up her phone, and it's, she said come, like, she literally did it on purpose so he would have to come and watch. That had me shook, because then he was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you're still feeding into this dude. And he pretty much, like, I guess they're over. They didn't really touch on it again. He just was like, get out of here, you're weird.
Yeah.
But I saw that and I was like, you dumb ass. Like, you dumb ass. Like,
yeah. No, it's almost like Lucy is, like, picking up on his manipulation.
She is, and it's like they're both so toxic, but, like, so toxic for each other.
I know.
It's like, it's painful. I'm like, Lucy,
so
come on.
I know.
And the stuff with Leo, I loved Leo. I was like, oh my God, he's such a cutie.
I know.
And, like, he actually is, like, being genuine and honest. Like, he had some sus things, but, like, he would be honest and, like, open up and tell her about it. And then she would be like, oh shit, like, I was just assuming because, like, I have trust issues. Like, she really was, like, hurt him by the things that she assumed about him that, like, weren't true. But I was like, he actually was a good guy. He never tried to fight. I was saying this with my friends this morning because she, like, my one friend Casey just finished the show, and me and Hannah have already seen it, so we were, like, waiting till she finished it. And she was like, why was she so scared that her man, like, he headbutted someone that was talking shit to her? She's like, that's the only way I would want my man to reply, would be like, if someone's telling me to F off, a stranger is yelling at me, getting in my face, he should headbutt him. Like, why was she so weirded out by that? And she's like, there were so many times where there could have been violence and he didn't. Like, Steven in that one episode slapped him, the drinking game, so many times, and he didn't touch him. Yeah. He was like, nope, I'm good. Yeah. But then, obviously, like, it was a whole manipulation. Like, he wanted the empathy. He wanted to be the victim when he said those things to Leo to make him, like, beat the shit out of him. Because he beat the shit out of him, but he didn't fight back. I think if he fought back, it would have been a different story. But the way he, like, smiles at the end, like, you know he did it on purpose because he wanted Lucy to think he's a crazy guy. 100%. Which he's not. Yeah, that was, like, the only acceptable thing to do. He needed to be beaten up, but he just didn't fight back, so it made it look really bad.
And he didn't fight back on purpose because he wanted him to look shittier. And it was just, it's almost like, you know how we write out our New Year's goals? Yeah. It's almost like he takes a January and he writes out his whole manipulation tactic for the year, and he literally just has a whole plan.
It's crazy. It's so nuts. Like, it had me shook. Like, there's so many parts of it that were crazy. And then, oh my God, like, honestly, I thought Dean was going to die the whole time, but, like, I kind of thought he low-key, like, was going to kill himself, to be honest. Yeah. Because the way Wrigley, like, he wouldn't answer any of his calls. I 100%, thought that something was going to happen with him, but I didn't expect him, if you've seen it or not, spoiler alert, die the way he did. Yeah. The day they reconciled, I know, after he had the saddest year of not talking to his brother, they reconcile, they have a great night together, wake up in the morning, his brother's dead. That, I was like,
no, but it's like this show did that on purpose because we all thought that he was dead when Wrigley couldn't reach him. Yeah. But then
Will knew something bad was happening. So when he came to campus and was like totally fine, I was like, oh, good. Like, I thought something bad was happening.
I literally knew. I knew something was coming. Sleeve. I could tell, like, once he reappeared, everything was fine. I knew.
You're like, this can't be just the, like, oh, no, it's fine and dandy now.
No, I knew something was coming.
No, that was nuts. Yeah. And just on the ending, and Steven, like, taking the blame for Lucy because he's like, no, you're not going down because we're gonna be toxic together forever. Yeah. So I'm just gonna take the blame. Crazy show. Oh my God, if you haven't seen it, well, now it's spoiled. So
no, but you know what, spoiling a show before you watch it, though, you never actually, like, take in any information.
True, because, like, you don't really recall, like, the names. You're like, who, what? Anyways, you should totally watch that show. It was so good. Like,
yeah, it's called Tell Me Lies on
Amazon,
right? Is it on Amazon?
Disney Plus.
Oh, Disney Plus, right. I don't know why for some reason
Disney Plus has some random shows on there that are like not Disney. You
know
what I mean? I'm like, why do you have this on there?
It's like, oh, they're venturing out.
But yeah, you definitely should watch it. They're renewed now for a 3rd season, so they haven't even filmed it yet, which is
come on, get filming.
Like, get to the studio.
Yeah, like, come on. What are you doing? Like, it's work, babe.
Oh, we didn't even touch on it all. Like the like affair with the teacher.
Oh my god.
Low-key, I liked them together. Like, it was kind of bad, like kind of toxic, because I'm like, wait, they're cute together. But at the end, I get why she was mad, but at the same time, it's like, okay, but he's not married then, so they're like, you're not actually doing anything bad. Yeah, technically.
It's like, why? It's like, I
so
get,
she was
like,
so mad.
I get it was kind of twisted what they were doing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I wouldn't go as far as she did as being like that mad about it, because it's actually a good thing.
But I was surprised she wasn't like, she could have been like, oh, okay, well then, since this is totally fine, we can like stay together for a bit, you know? Yeah. Like, I don't know. It was kind of, that was a whole nut situation, but I did kind of like it. Like, her, like, they started flirting and then they were like meeting up and stuff. I was like, ooh, this is saucy.
Yeah. I was like, I knew from the jump something was gonna happen.
I knew it. Like, when they like made the eye contact outside, like the one time, and they were chatting. I'm like, something's coming about here.
Yeah, literally.
1,000,000%.
Yeah, we just knew.
So good. I love a good show that gets you like hooked right off the bat.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this show gets you hooked.
And it does that for you.
Joel and I, you know that we started watching The Boys.
Yes. Update?
Yeah, update. Okay. So you know how you said like, oh, it's like gross and gruesome?
Yeah.
So true. Oh my gosh. It is like the most gruesome show, but it definitely looks fake. Like, yeah, I don't have a problem with it because I don't know how to describe it, but it's not like gross gruesome. It's more so like it looks more fake gruesome. Yeah. So usually like if something happens, I will look away, but it's like, it's okay. Like it looks fake. Like I could tell it's all CGI and whatever. And I'm just like, ugh. But overall, like it's actually a really good show. Yeah. Besides like the whole gruesome and blood. But if you take that out, it's actually a really good show.
What is it about though? Like what's kind of the storyline?
Oh my god, it's so hard to explain because it's going to sound stupid when I say it, but you just like kind of have to watch it. But the storyline is basically a world like on Earth, but there are superheroes, like real life superheroes, but they're like marketed the hell out of. So it's actually like this corporation that owns them, but it's basically just like all for money. Yeah. And so I don't even know how to explain it, but basically this corporation that owns these superheroes, they are bad, and these some of the superheroes are actually like killing people for no reason and are super messed up, but like the company's protecting them. And anyways, the whole show is basically about like this group of the boys fighting this corporation. Yeah. But then like some of the heroes are actually secretly like on their side. And it's actually really realistic, because if superheroes were real in today's society, they would be like just a money grab. Like they would be marketed the hell out of.
Yeah, like 100% controlled. Yeah, yes. By someone.
So it's like, it's kind of like super realistic, and it's really good. It's not like a show I've ever watched.
Interesting.
But it's a really good show, so I would recommend. It's just like I said, blood and gruesome, disgusting, but also it's like when I look at it, it's like I know it's fake, so it doesn't bother me that much. Yeah. But it's a good show. It's a good show.
Okay, good to know. I wanted to hear your update, so
yeah. So would recommend. I don't have a show right now. Yeah. I'm seeking a show. I need a new season of Love Island. Apparently the All-Star UK season is on right now. Yes. But it's on Crave, so I need to get a subscription. But yeah, I might start that because I just like don't know what to do without Love Island sometimes.
Yeah. What to do? Since I finished Vanderpump and then I just finished Tell Me Lies, I'm like, I don't want to get into a show right now. Yeah. But my friend Hannah keeps telling me to watch the show called Grotesquerie. It's
never heard of it.
I don't know what it's on, but it's with Nicholas Chavez, who was from, what was it? The Menendez brothers. Yeah. And she literally fell in love with him and was obsessed with him, so she watched every single thing that he's been in. So, but funny. She was like, it's actually a really good show. Like she's already rewatched it already, so she's seen it twice already. Oh shit! And she was like, watch it again, and I'll watch it with you. I'm like, you're crazy. Like she loves rewatching. Especially a show that she thinks is really good. But she's told me, she's like, it is a really good show though. She's like, yes, I'm obsessed with him and he's literally my boyfriend, but you need to watch the show because it's a good show. Yeah. And I think there's only maybe even just one season. Okay. 1 or 2. It's a newer show. Yeah. But she said it's really good, so I might try that one out too. she said it's really hard to describe, but it has to do with like religion and like the church and like priests and stuff. But like there's a detective, like bad things are happening. The detective's trying to like solve cases, and she's using like a kind of like a priest that's like, or like a nun that's going against the rules to kind of like help her find out these cases and stuff. I don't know, but it looks pretty interesting, like from what I've seen from the commercials and stuff, or the trailers. But so I think I'm gonna start that next, but I need like maybe another week or so.
It's funny, like sometimes I feel like I get super deprived with shows, and I'm like literally right now, like I'm watching The Boys with Joel, but it's different watching a show with somebody because it has to be on both of your time versus like a show you're watching you can put on any time. So right now I don't have just a show that I'm watching. I just need Love Island. I just need a new season of Love Island.
Give me Love Island.
But the All-Star season that I watched, it wasn't honestly nearly as good as like a fresh season. So I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but I'll watch it anyways because I love Love Island. But
why not?
Yeah, exactly, why not? It's just an easy watch. But
true.
Anyways, that's our updates on the show world.
Our show world. I love watching TV. I just love having a show where you're like, so especially when you're like really excited to watch the next episode, like it's a good show, and you're like, keep watching it.
I know, I love it.
That was me with Tell Me Lies. I was like, I'm gonna get through this in literally 2 weeks. In just under 2 weeks I think I finished it.
Kind of like transports you into like this world. It's kind of fun.
It is fun.
I love it.
Well, that is kind of it for today's episode. I know it was kind of like a bit of a chit chat, and we did want to tell you guys about like kind of our plan going forward with the accountability checkup. We're going to work out the kinks in it. So be prepared.
Get ready.
And in next month, you're going to have to let us know what's going on. So be prepared. Stick to your goals. Do what you can. Whatever's not working, change it out. That's what we're going to try and do. Keep each other accountable on this journey called 2025 together.
Yes.
And we'll see you guys next week. Again, thank you again for tuning in, leaving us recommendations, comments, all the love. We appreciate it so much, and we always see like the DMs you guys send us as well, which really mean a lot. So hope everyone has a great week, and we will see you next week.
We love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.